to take this down.
I feel like a ton of cleavage.
All right. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to our second live for the Valley of the Heart Yoga Retreat in August. If you're popping on here, Cheryl and I are here to answer any questions you may have. We'll run through a list of facts of frequently asked questions. But if you've got something to ask, put it in the comments section below and we'd be very happy to answer that for you. We're getting excited, we're preparing. Dealing with flows, dealing with the camping area, all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, if you see us, join us, and we'd love to answer any questions that you may have. So we'll deal with the facts first. Number one question that I'm getting is whether or not this yoga retreat is accessible to people that have never done yoga before. And yes, absolutely. In all of my classes, I try to make it accessible, the asanas, the movements, the flows, accessible to everyone. The only real criteria is that you are able to get up and down off of the ground or the floor, and that you're able to spend some time on your knees. So if you've had knee replacements, this is going to be different for everyone. Maybe you have already gone into and dived into and started strengthening the knee area and you are able to be on your knees. You can also have extra supports. I have knee pads. You can double up on your mat. There's all kinds of things that you can do. But if it causes you pain, or if you haven't quite explored that yet and you're feeling tentative about being on your knees because you've had a knee replacement, then we could bring in a chair. We could modify in different ways. It's just that you wouldn't be able to explore the asanas or the flow as fully. And you might feel a little bit staggered there. That doesn't mean that you can't come. It doesn't mean that you can't explore the asanas. It's just something to consider if you are thinking about coming. Otherwise, everything that I offer, there will be modifications. You are invited to rest when you need to. If I see you in Shavasana, lying on your back, or in child's pose, just taking a breather or having a sip of water or wiping sweat from your brow, I'm going to know that you're taking care of yourself. And that's the whole point, is that yoga is your experience. It's about you diving into your body, your heart, and your mind, and gaining strength, gaining mobility, gaining length and flexibility in a way that you are meeting yourself exactly where you are, and not trying to push, not causing pain, and allowing yourself to have an experience that is truly yours. It's not about anybody else. So if that's one thing that's been hanging you up, please know that you are welcome. And both Cheryl and I will do our best to make sure that you are comfortable, that you feel safe, that you feel held up and supported in your practice. And if you're totally new to yoga, then hopefully we can reel you in and get you excited about the practice. And maybe then you decide to practice yoga in either my classes or somebody else's classes later on after the yoga retreat. There were also questions about the amenities, especially for those who decide to camp overnight for this 2-day retreat. So maybe I'll let you speak to that a little bit more. We did have questions about whether or not there's places for people to wash up and stuff like that.
Okay. We're sitting in our gazebo right now, our outdoor kitchen, and it has hot water, a tap and everything like that. So by all means, everyone can use that to wash up or wash dishes or clean yourself up for the night. Also, by the camping area, we'll have cold water accessibility as well for toothbrushing or washing or whatever you need as well.
Yeah, and then also someone was asking about food storage. So we will have meals for everyone, and they will be vegetarian. They will be clearly labeled if you've got allergies. But if you want to be safe in your own body, you're welcome to bring snacks and your own food. And there is a fridge that people can use.
Yeah, there's a couple of fridges that everyone can use as well if you're bringing food to store, for sure.
Okay, awesome. And then we'll also make sure that we're having garbage and recycle set up around the property, so that we want to make sure that this is an eco-friendly retreat. So I just thought of this now, but we should mention also that we're inviting you to please bring your own cup, bowl, plate, cutlery, and maybe your water bottle for sure, but maybe also like a mug or something. And you'll be able to wash those items as you need to, because we don't want to use paper or plastic plates or cutlery, and keep the garbage down to a really bare minimum throughout this retreat. Can you think of anything else that needs to be added there?
No. If
Yeah.
anyone has any questions, like, don't hesitate to ask us either on this, or you can message to me online, and
Yeah, absolutely. So
don't ever hesitate.
if you hop onto this live afterwards and you're watching it after the fact, we're Wednesday morning at around 10 right now. But if you see this live afterwards and you're like, well, this question wasn't answered, I was really curious about this. Like Cheryl said, shoot me a message on Facebook. You can find my email on the website, link in bio, all of that kind of stuff. And you can reach out to us several different ways. We also had questions on the website. There's a section showing what is not included. And I had questions come at me about that. Now, the reason that I put this section on there is because we are not a resort. This is a private piece of property located in a really beautiful location. It is by the ocean. There are hiking trails. There are scenic things that are around here that you could indulge in, but they're not included in the package of this retreat. So if you're coming from outside of BC, or maybe you're even coming from Vancouver and you're wanting to have a vacation, just know that you're welcome to do those things. So, if you're coming to the retreat and you want to go for a kayaking trip down in Mill Bay and you decide you're missing some of the retreat, that is completely up to you. You're still paying the same price. You can go and do those things. You're going to be missing out on a progression, and I'll touch on that in a moment. But that's totally up to you. It would be another expense. You can do those things, or just plan those things outside of the retreat. So maybe if you're here for the Saturday and the Sunday, but you've also decided you're taking Monday and Tuesday to explore Vancouver Island, just maybe plan those things outside of that. So so things like sea kayaking, biking, hiking, we don't have extra tents for people. So if you're going to camp on the property, please bring all your camping gear, including blankets and, mattress and all that kind of stuff. We don't offer travelers insurance. So if you're concerned about that, please make sure that you're dealing with that beforehand. And we don't offer accommodation outside of the retreat dates. If you're camping, it's just for the one night, and you'll need to find accommodation. There are lots of Airbnbs around here. There's lots of hotels and motels within close proximity. So Mill Bay is a great place. Shawnigan Lake is an awesome place. You can explore and find lots of other things to do. But just maybe thinking about that a little bit outside of the retreat. Also, what's not included is a yoga mat or yoga mats if you want to double up. But I do have blocks. Sorry, there's a bit of a slow connection, it looks like, on Facebook. So I hope I'm not lagging too much here. I hope it's okay on the YouTube as well. It looks like it's doing all right. So I'm sorry if it's lagging. So yeah, yoga mats, we're not providing those, but I do have blocks. I do have bricks. I do have extra knee support. I do have straps. So any of that kind of stuff, you don't need to worry about. If you have your own gear, great. Bring a bolster if you have it. Lovely. I love that idea. And in fact, for our restorative flow, I was just realizing that maybe you want to bring a couple of pillows if you don't have a bolster, so that you can truly relax. Maybe your blankie, that cozy blanket that you like to use to snuggle up on your couch. It might be super hot. It might be a day like today when it's not. So who knows if you will actually need a blanket, but it might just feel nice to have that kind of thing for yourself. And also, we don't offer transportation. You're on your own for getting to here and back to home or the ferry or wherever you're going afterwards. So all of that to say that what we are doing with this retreat, what energy signaled to me, what has come up inside of me in terms of this retreat, is about helping you deepen into your heart's longing, your dharma. So dharma can change throughout your life. It's not that there's one set thing you are supposed to do with your life. You're supposed to have this purpose and work towards it. No. Dharma is about what is the best thing, the clearest path, the most heartfelt opening thing that you can do for your life, for yourself, for your community around you at this time. What is calling you at this time? And it could be something that came up in childhood. It could be that childhood dream of, I really wanted to be a writer and I wanted to publish a book, but I had children that took over. I needed to take care of house and home and have a career. And I tried writing the novel. I did really try to attempt to do that in the evenings and at night or whatever. And it just hasn't quite come yet. And you need that extra boost, that extra opening to that deepening into what is that? And it could be as simple as allowing yourself to grow a magical garden, to buy a piece of property that feels good to you, to deepen into community, to do community volunteer work and really give back to the community. It can be whatever it is. It's that that opening, that flowering from the heart center, where when you feel into it and allow yourself to be present with it, your eyes light up. When people ask you questions about it, you're ready to talk about it, and you feel energized and jazzed, and it's what really lights you up inside. And for every person, that is really different. So throughout this yoga retreat, we're going to gently, with loving care and support, through yoga, through breath work, through the yoga nidra, through sound bath, through a wonderful art activity, help you to just deepen into that space of giving yourself permission to acknowledge that deep inner longing. So if you are coming to the retreat and you're deciding, but I really want to go kayaking, I really want to go hiking up Cobble Hill, those kinds of things, and you're taking off during the retreat, completely up to you, but you are missing out then on a progression towards something that we are trying to support you in and give you space to develop and deepen into. So if there's any questions about that, definitely let me know. And if there's anything you'd like to add to that.
You're doing wonderful.
All right. I'm not seeing any questions come on. Hi, Terry. How are you doing? I know you're traveling. Hi, Jonathan. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. It's nice to have you guys online here with us. So if you've got any questions, or if you want to share this live on your social medias and let people know about it, that would be super awesome. And we'd love to see you here. If you have any, if you want to check out deeper into what's going on, you're just going to mamamagmayoga.com and checking out the workshops and retreats page. But yeah. Oh, hi, Charlene. Nice to see you here. All right, I'm feeling like that's it. We'll give a couple more minutes here, or a little bit more time, to see if any questions pop up. But other than that, check out the garden space behind us. Look at all these flowers. And you can't see very well. Can you see very well? Behind the smoke bush, there's these hollyhocks that are like 10 feet tall, and they're amazing.
Yeah, they're amazing.
They're this rich, deep color that is just so gorgeous. And Cheryl, you were saying you had to prop them up for the wind. Yeah. Make sure they don't flop over, but
no, there's a lot of staking involved.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, there's goldfish in the pond behind us, as you can see. Whoop, There's a fire pit that we can gather around in the evening and share and be able to deepen our connection with each other. And yeah, so lots of space. Beyond here, there's a big, beautiful yard with fruit trees, and we'll be doing some yoga out there. Down below us is the camping area with a massive field, and you'll be able to lie under the stars and gather as community if you're deciding to camp down there, maybe have some private space and meditate in the morning before classes and that kind of thing. All right. I feel like there was something that you mentioned before we started that I have completely thrown out my brain. Right? Perimenopause, my friends. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us. Those of you that hopped online, it's really nice to see you. We'd love to see you at the retreat if you would like to register. Just one thing, this is a female identifying retreat. So unfortunately, that doesn't encompass men coming, but if you are female identifying, we would love to have you here. Maybe at some point in the future, we could do a men's retreat. That would be amazing as well, creating space for men to really share with each other, to be vulnerable, to open up, maybe do some power yoga. I'd love to do that. I haven't done that in a while. But unfortunately, this retreat is just for those who identify as female and creating space and support for those people. But yeah, I think that's it. As I said, if you, and Cheryl said, if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out, email, text message, through Messenger on Facebook, through the comments section here on YouTube. You can always go to the website, mamamagmayoga.com. Mama is with 2 M's. And let us know if you have any further questions. Other than that, oh yeah, if you book before July 15th,
Oh, yes, good point.
You get 15% off. That's what we decided, right? Yeah. 15% off of the total price. So maybe that's a deal breaker for you. Go ahead and check it out. Right? Yeah. I mean, God, we're already on the 9th here today.
Yeah.
Crazy. So yeah, you've only got 6 days left to get in on that deal. Love you all so very much. Thank you for being here. We'll give you one last view of the beautiful yard and the pond. And we'll talk to you soon. This will probably be the last live that we do in terms of this Q&A. So yeah, hop on and ask us questions if you'd like to. Mwah.
Bye, guys.